This hasn't happened since the 2008 financial crisis. 1, 2, 3. Let's get into it, man.
It crashed. The luxury market absolutely froze in the car market. People that have money to be able to afford stuff like this, they're not spending their money, so this stuff is not moving. And in the lower end segment of the market, just like mine, I'm a used car dealer. I sell cars that are $5,000 and under, and business has been very, very, very slow. And here we go. Let's check this out.
Yeah, I think honestly, for this part at least, one, even if you have money, you're not going to go out and buy a new car. Like, I have a little bit of money, but I would never, at this current climate, man, why would you go out and buy a new car, man? Or finance a new car? That's the craziest. And then it's like, most people don't want that. And the people with the lower price used cars, I don't know, man. People don't want to take a gamble right now. They probably just rather ride it out with the car they have. And do you blame them?
I just want to highlight a little more of this insanity right here. This is a BMW's 2025. It's a 740i sedan, $103,000. My goodness, I would assume that there's quite a few of you watching this that have bought a house that costs less than this car does. So I'm here at Audi, and just to give you an example of this, the Audi S6 has a 482-day supply, while the Audi A6 has a 409-day supply. This is absolutely insane. So I'm here at Audi, and I just want to show you all around me right here. This is probably the most common car that they have at this dealership. Maybe some of the small SUVs, but as far as the sedans go, these are the A5s, and I wanted to show you a price of this one right here. White one, looks good, right? Four-door sedan, whatever kind of car, right? It's a 2025 Audi A5 Quattro. Price on this thing,
$60,000, man. That's ridiculous, and that's before tax and all the other BS they add on to it.
Right at $60,000. Absolutely insane. So I just walked by this, and this thing is bad. And I haven't seen very many of them out in the wild, but I wanted to check it and show you the actual price of it. This is a 2025 LX700H. Price on this thing, $118,000.
That is insane. I would never spend that. Dude, you can get a damn near a supercar with those prices, man. Like, dude, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Dude, I even know the dealership, when they were putting this up, they were like, dude. Because they were like, dude, this is fucking insane, dude. Who's going to pay for that? Bill Gates wouldn't buy that bullshit, man.
$118,000. Absolutely insane. But it is, I think it's bad. And always when I'm here, I want to check a lot of these vehicles, but this RX 350 is one that I really like personally. So let's take a look and see what the price is on this thing. This is a 2025 RX 350, and the price is $50,825. And here's what I want to highlight with this. Well, you can go to something similar in Audi.
Who is buying all these cars? I'm gonna be honest with you. If you spent $50,000 on your car, you must got big boy bucks. Cause for reference, even my car, this is the first car I ever financed. I don't know why it is the first car I ever financed. It was $10,000. 2013 Chevy Malibu. And I thought that was the only reason I got it. Well, not the only reason, but it was in my range, and it looked the best out of the cars I was gonna buy. There was another car that was like $8,000, but it looked like a freaking, I don't know, it looked like something I wouldn't drive. So I was like, nah, bro, nah. But bro, if I spent $50,000, bro, I would just go get the car like of my dreams. And basically, I would just go. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna spend $50,000 on that, why would you? I don't know, man. Maybe I guess if you're in your, I don't know who's buying this crap, man.
Mercedes-Benz and BMW, where you're having the top end of the luxury market, and something a similar size to this right here is going to cost you more than what Lexus is selling this RX 350 for. And in a large way, I think this is why Lexus, being that luxury brand, can still appeal to the middle to the upper middle class, because you can get an SUV that's $50,000. That's very nice. It's got that Lexus name, it's got that reliability, and it's very difficult for Mercedes, for Audi, for BMW to be able to compete with something like this. See this Mercedes-Benz dealer right behind me, and I'll throw the camera around in just a second so you can see this. But they are absolutely stacked with inventory, and this is we're not so far removed from every dealer screaming to their manufacturer, get me more vehicles, get me more vehicles, get me more vehicles. And it's so interesting how quickly this can turn on a dime in the car market, where you have no production coming to a lot of these dealerships. They need inventory, and now, okay, we got to turn down inventory because now we have so much inventory that we can't sell through what we have. So I'm at Lexus right
I'm telling you, man, there's going to be some type of change coming on, man. There's going to be something where, man, they're going to have to pump the markets, man. I'm not going to lie, man. That's why I got to keep saying it, man. I buy tons of crypto, man, because, dude, look, they're going to have to give out stimulus checks. They're going to have to do something, because if nobody has any money, nobody's spending, everything's going to go to the drain. I know they're holding up the economy with all their money printing, but if they don't give any money for the American people to spend, then we're not looking too good, man.
now. And I wanted to come out here because it seems like Lexus, as in my mind, is a luxury brand, is not having the same kind of issues that you're seeing from an Audi. And I don't know if it's because, even though they are a luxury brand, maybe they're hitting the top tier of the middle class, or if it's a brand thing.
Cap, man, if you can afford this, you're probably not, in my opinion, middle class, right? If I was making, let's say, 80 grand a year, I'm not buying this. I don't know if people are. See, now everyone's situation is different, but if I was making 80 grand a year, let's say in a 9 to 5, right? I wouldn't buy this. If I make 80,000 this year, I'm not gonna buy this. Or I wouldn't even finance nothing like that. Like, I wouldn't. Maybe that's just me, because I already have a car that is okay, and I don't really feel the need to. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Where they have a name that's still carrying through. But also, I know that Toyota, who makes Lexus, they were able to keep their production levels down, and this can help their dealer body. I mean, you can look over here. I mean, empty spots over there too, where you see that Lexus is not actually getting overrun at their dealerships like a lot of these other manufacturers are doing. And I think in large part too, it's just because the name of Lexus. You think Lexus, you think quality, you think longevity. I mean, it comes along with that Toyota name too. They're linked with Toyota. And in my opinion, the best car that you can buy on the market is a Toyota. And then when you're getting the upscale realm of buyers, the luxury realm of buyers, well, that's probably going to carry through to the name like Lexus. And this is why I think Lexus is winning in a big way when all these other manufacturers in the luxury realm of things are losing. And the overall market weakness is something that we could easily see, right? So we have an average MSRP right now of over $51,000, and this is for the whole market. This is for your average family, this is for your luxury buyer, this is for anyone who wants to buy a vehicle in this market. Their average price they're going to be paying is $51,000, and we break that out. The monthly payments are absolutely insane, and on a $51,000 car, we'll show you the actual monthly payment right now from what you can put into just a regular.
It looks, oh, monthly payment, $904. See, that's what I'm saying. Who is paying for this? The only way I would pay $904 before insurance is if I was making, I'm not gonna lie, probably like $1 million a year, or at least not $1 million a year. Oh, I'm sorry. I would at least need to have $1 million, because, like, nah, bro. Unless I was just gonna buy it outright, which I probably would at that point. If you're gonna pay, I don't know, man. I would just like to know who's paying $904 for their car, because currently I'm paying $240, and that's with the warranty. but I think it was without the warranty 197, which is pretty reasonable.
Auto loan calculator, and when you break out that monthly payment, when you have people that are paying rent, when you have people that are paying for groceries, insurance, everything that goes along with owning a car and just living in general, the average family cannot do that right now, and that's a big problem for this car market, and it's one that's going to persist as long as these MSRPs stay as high as they are. Now, that's not the actual transaction price that's going through the market. You can absolutely get cars lower than MSRP right now, but even the 5, 10, maybe 15%, or some of the really struggling brands, you can get 20% off MSRP. Even when you bring that down to those amounts, it's still unobtainable for the average family. And it's not only hitting these luxury brands, it's not only hitting these buyers that have lots of money. They're seeing this in the market and they're holding on to the money, but it's getting to a place where the average consumer, they're not just holding on to their money, they literally can't spend any money because they don't have it. Most people are broke, and if you have broke people come in here and try to buy a $50,000 car at any one of these dealerships, they're going to get turned away. Credit is becoming a problem because people just can't afford to be able to pay these outrageous prices for a lot of these vehicles. And it's often quite funny. You'll get a tale of two cities depending on who you're talking to in the car market. You can have someone who's like a salesman at a Lexus dealership or a Toyota dealership saying, I mean, I'm watching all these videos where talking about the slowness in the market, day supply going up, but we're selling the lights out. We're still selling everything that we get, and we can't.
I just can't see myself spending this type of money on a car, cause like it's just a car. Like I could see me spending that on a house or something, right? Or a down payment. Not even a down payment. You could buy a house with $50,000. It wouldn't be the best house. You'd have to do some real digging. You could probably find it, but I just don't see the point. Unless, now hear me out. This is how I do things. Now I would possibly see myself buying some type of sports car, but it wouldn't be for driving. It would be for an investment, and every now and again I would take it out for a drive. These look like daily drivers. So if you're expecting me to spend $50,000 on a daily driver, I wouldn't do that even if I had $1 million. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do that because I would have to be really secure, but then I would also just not want to do that. I don't know. Well, who knows? I would need over $1 million though to do something like that.
Keep a Toyota Camry. We can't keep a RAV4. We can't keep a lot of these Lexus that are sitting out here. What are you talking about, Brandon? And then on the other end of the spectrum, you get somebody from Audi. I don't know if you can see the symbol over there, but you get someone from Audi that is a salesperson there and be like, "Oh, Brandon,
I got this car recently, and look how much I was paying for insurance before. I use this website, and now look at my policy. I'm saving $80. And the best part is, I'm getting the same coverage, same make, model, same driver, same comprehensive collision, injury damage, all of it. Just help me find a better rate. This is so simple to sign up for. You can be saving yourself so much money. Just go to the link below, type in your car's year, make, and model. Then you just answer a couple of simple questions, and boom, you get an instant rate comparison just like that. What are you waiting for? Click below and see how much you could be saving.
He's preaching the truth, brother. Man, I sold 3 cars this whole week, and 2 years ago I was selling 12 to 15 a week. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to keep my job. I'm not making the kind of money I need to make anymore.
That's what I'm wondering too. When is it gonna end? When are they gonna be like, okay, we gotta help the American people because this isn't working? I'm so shocked it's taken this long. It's actually puzzling that like nothing has changed yet. Dude, I was thinking things were gonna change a year ago. And actually years before that, but I was like, surely a year ago, I was like, surely they'll figure some stuff out. Here goes a year later, still trying to figure it out. Why do we put up with this crap, man?
It's just a different experience right now in the car market. And even going dealer to dealer, for used car dealers like myself, I can talk to some buy here, pay here dealers that work in the mid-tier space who they didn't do as great in the last 2 or 3 years because people had a lot of money to be able to actually go out and buy better cars than what they're offering. But now they're killing it because no one can go and get a loan anymore because they just don't have the credit. They don't have the income that they were having like a year or 2 years ago when a lot of money was just flowing in the system. And so they're reduced to go into a buy here, pay here dealer and paying 20 to 25% interest because they can't get approved anywhere else. And you see that in a place like CarMax too, who writes a lot of their own loans, are able to approve people that a Ford dealership or a Lexus dealership or Toyota dealership can't get approved. And CarMax absolutely killing it right now. Carvana is going to kill it in this environment just because they're able to set their own prices because they can write a lot of their own loans. And it's just crazy how you can see different environments behaving so much differently in the same niche.
I'm not gonna lie too, also, once I get this car paid off, actually, dude, screw my dream car, screw all that crap, dude. I'm never getting a payment again, dude, because that's keeping me working at this BS 9 to 5 that I don't want to do. And now I know obviously there's stuff I could do, but I'm trying to get to the point where I have zero bills, because then I'll feel good enough. Now, if I had zero bills and I had $1 million, sure, I'd probably buy this as a daily driver. Sure, at that point. Anything less than that, dude, I don't know, bro.
You'd have certain brands, you can have certain dealerships, you can have certain niches in the car market that are either suffering or killing it right now. And these are things that you can look at in the system and see as telltale signs. As if you see luxury brands, okay, not selling as much, days of inventory sitting longer. Well, people who have money probably holding on to it. You see places like CarMax, Carvana, you see buy here, pay here dealers killing it. Well, maybe it's because people can't get loans because their credit is so tapped out that they have to go to these predatory places to be able to get a loan. And when they go and get that loan, they're paying 20, 25% interest on that loan because they can't get a loan anywhere else. Well, that means people are probably tapped out. It means their credit's probably extended too much. We're probably seeing a lot of auto loan delinquencies. It's exactly what we're seeing right now. All of this is a setup for a very bad thing, but you can take all of these different clues, who's doing good, who's doing bad, to see how people are spending their money, how they're able to spend their money, and if they're able to actually even buy something. These are things that we can look at in the car market and see how the broader economy is going in general. So something that we're seeing right now is something that we saw right before the 2008 crash. And now, no, I'm not predicting another 2008 level crash on us, but I just want to highlight what's going on in the car market and the weakness that we're seeing. So before a big down...
This is gonna sound ridiculous. There will be no car market crash and they will still continue to go up in value. Or I guess in price. Maybe not value, but price. So don't expect to be getting a BMW for cheap anytime soon, man. It's just gonna get even more absurd. Could you imagine these prices when these cars are 20% more? It's gonna be ridiculous, man, but it's gonna be the new law.
What you see is you see people, the top income earners, well, they're aware of the situation. They're aware of how much uncertainty there is in the market, so they hold on to their money. So what do you see? Well, the cars that they buy, the BMWs, the Mercedes.
Hey everyone, we're having our biggest sale ever on our award-winning meat sticks. So today, for a limited time, you can
Mercedes, the Audi that's over there, you see that they hold on to more of their money, and these vehicles tend to sit a lot longer before a big downturn is going to occur. And then on the other side, you see my end of the market. I'm a car dealer, sells cars that are $5,000 and under. You see the people who are broke. Well, typically in any kind of market, they can still figure out how to get enough money to be able to buy one of my cars. Got a truck coming. But when it gets really bad, what you see is these people that are broke, well, they get broker. They go from being broke to going into survival mode. And this gets to be a point where now they can't even afford the ability to buy any kind of transportation, even to get them to work, because any available funds that they have goes straight to buying groceries, to feeding their families, to paying for their housing. So my end of the market gets hit hardest of any of the markets that are out there. And we're seeing both of those dynamics. Me at my car lot, we're seeing a big slowdown, and then at these luxury dealers, we're seeing day supply of inventory continually going up each and every day. So once you check out this lot all behind me right here, that full row, we got some cars over here, and then we got multiple rows behind this this row of SUVs right here. This is at a Lexus dealer, and all of these vehicles right here are used. Here's the thing that I want to touch on. So we've had Toyota and we've had Lexus that manufacturer really hasn't gotten the product to these dealers the way that they have been able to actually sell through. This was by design for Lexus and Toyota, and they were able to keep prices high because the inventory was absolutely low. Some, for a lot of people, say artificially low. They cut a lot of production to their dealers, and we saw that in the US, and you didn't see it in other parts of the world. But whatever's happening behind the scenes through that over the last 2 or 3 years, you're seeing that dealerships just like this are forced to buy more used inventory, and this hurts the whole ecosystem, because if you get the manufacturer that's actually making more money on their end because they're limiting the production to the dealers, well, it hurts these dealers right here because they're not able to sell as many new vehicles to consumers, and then they're forced to go and find other means to be able to go buy vehicles so they can sell their used vehicles now to these consumers at their new franchise dealership. So then the next step down, well, it hurts those used car dealers that want to buy stuff just like this. I mean, this is a 2025, but it's used. You have a 2024 over there, 2022s. You have those up tier dealers that move in these newer Lexus.
I don't see how that. I honestly, actually, I just take it back. I see how these prices are so expensive because they got all this overhead, all this stuff they're paying for. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense. And you got the lot, you know, the space the cars take up, you know, the weather outside, all this other insurances. And dude, one of these cars are going to be like 70 grand.
Well, now they can't buy those vehicles because all these dealers are keeping them, or even worse, they're going to the auction and they're running them up, because a dealership like this that has this big beautiful building and consumers come here, they expect to pay more. So those Lexus dealers can actually sell their used product for a more expensive price than what a used dealer can do that for. So that means these new franchise dealers can actually pay more on a wholesale level than a lot of us used car dealers can. So we just can't even compete with them. So that takes that level, that tier of the higher scale dealer that does luxury, newer used vehicles. Well, that kicks them down a tier. And then those mid-range dealers that were buying that kind of stuff, well, now their prices go up because they can't compete with those luxury dealers that probably have nicer facilities than they do and can sell for a premium of what those dealers, well, then now they get kicked down. And then it goes all the way down the totem pole there until it gets to my range. I'm a car dealer, so $5,000 and under. So as these dealers get kicked down the pole here, then at the end, well, my cars even get more expensive. So you can see how this whole ecosystem connects to each other, where
I think used cars are going to be very expensive. And I don't mean these type of used cars. I'm talking about the ones on his lot, but we're not there yet. But I do think there will be a time where those are very expensive. And it's like nobody can even drive. Because I heard someone say, I don't know if it's true, but most people in the future aren't going to be able to afford to drive. So I'm already plotting on that. I'm seeing that, and it's just like, I just see, because it's so expensive, everything. Dude, it's going to be shocking, dude. Like a meal for one of us at McDonald's is going to be like $30, like just for me or just for you. It's going to be ridiculous, and I don't think people are ready for it, but this is the reality we live in. See you guys in the next video, man. Deuce.